Yesterday I posted on my Twitter that I'll be watching the announcement Blizzard will be making regarding the upcoming changes in Hearthstone. By coincidence, it's also been exactly 2 years since Hearthstone was officially released. For those of you that don't know, Hearthstone is the only game that I'm currently willing to spend a bit of time and money on, and since I got invited into beta, it's been my main game that I've been playing, and that's why I'll be getting a bit of coverage on my channel. I used to play Magic the Gathering when I was younger. I even went to a couple of tournaments, but never got anywhere worth mentioning. Later on, I started playing Warcraft and then World of Warcraft. I played that for a good couple of years, and when Hearthstone came out, it just seemed like the perfect combination of the two games. I'm no god of Hearthstone, but I managed to have a couple of 12-win arena runs, and last season I got to Legend for the first time, which for me was quite an achievement because I usually only play a couple of games on ladder and then go back to arena or brawl. Before they played the expansion trailer, Ben Brode and Yang Wu spoke briefly about when the upcoming changes are going to be implemented. There will be a patch upcoming Monday. They will lay the groundworks for wild and standard format. It will include the additional 9 deck slots everyone has been going on about for the last year, and it should include a surprise feature announced recently called Deck Recipes that should work similar to Heart Arena but for ladder. The last one definitely looks more appealing to new players, but knowing Blizzard AI, especially when it comes to Hearthstone, I think you're still going to be better off watching streamers play. The patch will also include new filter functionality for your collection, which I'm really excited about because I think the user interface desperately needs some updates. Quite excited about this patch, but as Ben Brode said, what we're really excited about is the next expansion, Whispers of the Old Gods. That being said, I would like to congratulate this guy's Toast on the expansion leak video, as he was spot on with the predictions, and they even joked about that during the presentation, saying, "You might think you know what we're going to talk about today, but I guarantee you do not." After watching the trailer, they gave us a bit of detail about the cards and time frame, and I think everyone's nightmares fulfilled when they said that the expansion would only be released late April, early May. Blizzard. Why? About a month ago, you released a content updates video where you talked exactly about why your communication sucks, which was mainly due to the fact that you don't tell us enough or announce stuff that takes ages to release. Now you did it again. I don't really mind waiting for the expansion for another 2 months and stacking gold so I can buy the most packs I can. I don't play 50 games on ladder a day, needing new cards desperately because I'm already bored out of my mind playing League of Explorer cards. But teasing the changes on the 2nd of February and coming out with them in early May? That's a bit of a wait, isn't it? There was also zero mention about what is happening with the basic cards, which of them are going to be changed and how. The only information that they've given us since they started talking about rebalancing basic cards is that it will be in between 2 and 20. They're looking into Druid, Knife Juggler, and Leper Gnome. And that's it. You see them taking a lesson from past mistakes and communicating better with their customers? Because I don't. Bitching aside, let's finally talk about the expansion. They went for a much darker theme this time around, similar to the first adventure they did, Nexramas. After the Grand Tournament and League of Explorers, they were really lighthearted and fun. Whispers of the Old Gods seem like it will be slightly more serious. But it's Hearthstone, and after seeing first cards, I know that the team did not start taking themselves too seriously, and we're still going to see a lot of fun cards and a lot of gimmicks. There will be 134 cards released, which is a very similar number to how many cards Goblin vs. Gnomes and the Grand Tournament had. But unlike in the Grand Tournament, they will be going back to giving us free card packs. Also, we'll get 2 commons and Sethune for free on top. That's completely crazy for Blizzard to do, as they were tight as hell lately, but I guess they wanted to soothe the backlash they will be getting for releasing the expansion this time in May. Theme for this expansion will be the Old Gods, or as they're also known, Sethune, Yogg-Saron, Y'Shaarj, and N'Zoth. These are mighty creatures that were imprisoned by the Titans so they can't wreak havoc on Azeroth anymore. Dragging aspects, aka legendary dragons in Hearthstone, Ysera, Alexstrasza, Deathwing, Malygos, and Nosdormu only got their powers to make sure the Old Gods will never break out of their prison. Same goes for Keepers of Ulduar. If you want the full story on the Titans and the Old Gods, I will suggest you watch Nobbel's video, which I'll link in the description below. If I should go by Sethune and the cards they've shown so far, I suspect Old Gods will be overpriced in terms of mana cost, but we'll have a pool of 10 to 20 cards that will buff them before and after they come into play. All of the cards they've shown so far were either mutated or corrupted version of an existing card, or ones that synergized with an old god. This reminds me of a couple of things. Mistweaver's effect, which buffs all minions in your hand and deck. Aura effects that were in some of the last brawls. But most of all, it actually reminds me of colors in Magic the Gathering. They mentioned there were 16 cards that would synergize or buff Sethune, which, if applies to all gods, we could have somewhere in between 50 to 80 cards that only work with a specific old god. That's a massive chunk from the overall card pool, because of having only 30 cards in your deck, you will most likely have to pick one god, depending on your playstyle, and play cards that buff that god in particular. I don't really have a problem with that. If all of the old gods have a really different feel to them, Sethune seems to be about buffing attack and health. Maybe the others will be about corrupting, healing your minions and face, all about drawing cards and discarding cards. We just have to wait and see. It's a long wait until May, but I'm pretty sure all cards will be revealed before we have a chance to play them, which means I will be making reviews of them as they come out. So please keep checking those out. I am a bit disappointed with how they announced the expansion, but not with what they announced. I'm really looking forward to getting rid of all those pesky Death Rattle minions from GVG and Nax. Get out of here! Having Savage Roar nerfed and playing an altogether different game. I love new card interactions, so playing with cards in your deck, the aura effects, minions that already died. All of that is awesome, and I really wish they did more of that. Like I said, I will be reviewing the cards and giving you my opinion as they come out. I might even do a little video about the patch coming Monday if things work out. Exciting things coming our way. Don't let the old gods whisper in your ear too much, and get ready for new things in Hearthstone. Coming in 2 months.